What's up, YouTube? So herpes and HPV, I mean, pretty much any sexually transmitted supposed disease is guilt for the most part. And if anybody's not familiar with Louise Hay's work, Heal Yourself, or You Can Heal Yourself, I believe it's called. Check it out, Louise Hay. It just lets you know all the symptoms. It's similar to iridology or reflexology because everything is a reaction to some creation. Because again, this is the pain plane. This is the reaction plane. We create in our dreams where we're truly alive, and this is where we react where we're truly dead. So with that being said, we just got to know that everything is coming from within. So you give yourself herpes, you give yourself AIDS, or you give yourself whatever you have. You give yourself anything, a beating, whatever it is. You punish yourself, and you take it as long as you deserve it. So usually, you're always going to punish yourself or find catalysts and external ways to punish yourself. So it's really just about you knowing your own energy and knowing when you live beyond your means and when you should buckle down and be disciplined so that you don't have to go through somebody else to discipline yourself. So with HPV and herpes, that's just guilt. That's just guilt physically. It's taking physical form. When two people engage in something that they know is against what their better knowledge, their better self, their true self. Again, if it's somebody that you're questioning that you feel like you need to use a condom with or what have you, you should probably just be friends. Because if you're questioning it, then it's already compromised. If it's already at that state, you gotta look at it like that. Like you have to understand that it comes down to guilt and that there's only one disease. The only disease, of course, is inflammation or lying to yourself. So then you do something with your body that creates a swelling, whether it be an erection or what have you, or even STDs make you swell probably. Anything, any injury is a swell. Um, if you work out on your chest, it swells. The blood goes to an area. So you direct your blood and it swells. So if you direct your blood in an avenue, whether it be whatever, if it's anything, if it's porn, or if it's people that are not healthy for you, because everybody gives you something. That's what you got to realize. You give and take from everybody. So it's always coming from within you because we're all reflections. So you give yourself everything and you take everything because you're giving it to yourself. If you can understand, if you can follow me that far. So when it comes to herpes or HPV or these phantom names for the same thing, it's just guilt. It's guilt in physical form. It's when you do things you know you shouldn't do and then you get punished. And that's just your catalyst for punishment. And that punishment, the longer you feel like you deserve it, the longer it will ride out. And the more guilty things you do, the longer it stays and the more it spreads. And then it'll get to a point where now you got people all around you that you might have gave these things to, and now it forces you to stop being sexual. It forces you to buckle down and be disciplined. It's the same thing with food or anything. It's the same thing, as far as it's all an abuse of an endorphin. You abuse an endorphin, which abuses a mineral, which creates imbalance within the body, because the body's just made of minerals. So you exhaust a mineral, and then it just creates just a seizure in the body, where the body can't function and flow like it should, so the energy doesn't flow through like it would, like fluid. So that's health right there. Health is having the minerals fully stocked, and everything. You have to know what leaches which mineral and which herbs support mineral reconstruction, I should say. Because again, the herbs don't give you anything. They give and take. They give you perspective. They don't give you anything as far as actual tangible anything, because the body is breathing in the ether, which is all elements combined into one. And then the body metabolizes it and turns it into whatever you call protein or whatever, anything. They're all from the periodic table. You got to realize that too, that it's all from the periodic table. We're made of 102 minerals. And that the arrangement of these elements is what we call like carbon. If it's a certain arrangement, we call it carbon, and that has a certain charge because of this arrangement of earth, wind, water, fire. When we wrap those things together, we call it ether, or we call it dark matter, or people call it chi, or prana, or orgone, or whatever you want to call it. But you can't separate heaven from hell. You can't separate physical 3D carbon from dark matter or melanin. It's just different names for the same thing. And then we argue about the title, because this is the tidal wave. This is the baggage. That's what this is. That's why title is owning the music, and we are music personified. So if anybody's trying to own music, they're trying to own us. That's what we need to understand or understand. And we just need to realize that